This morning in our Saturday session, Guster, alt-rock mainstays still having a blast and crafting addictive hooks after more than 30 years together. Guster started in college in the early 90s and have built one of the most loyal followings in music. Now they're out with their first new album in 5 years. We'll hear music from that album in just a moment, but first we sat down with all 4 members of the band last week.
What you call love is just urgency.
Guster is for lovers is the tagline. And for a generation, fans have loved this unique blend of alt-pop and humor.
It feels like, in a way, either you don't know us or you really like us.
Or you hate us.
Hardly. There are license plates dedicated to Guster across the country.
A lot of our shows feel like we're playing to people who've seen us 10, 20 times. And so that's not a casual fan.
How often do you get the kids of fans?
It's starting to happen more and more.
Starting in 1991, Ryan Miller, Adam Gardner, and Brian Rosenwerkel began playing in the common area of their dorm at Tufts University.
From their album Goldfly, please give a really great welcome to Guster.
They didn't really break out until 1999, with their album Lost and Gone Forever. The slow and steady rise continued with the 2006 track Satellite, which became Guster's first gold record, 12 years after its release.
We've all seen bands that reach their, 50s, and the quality of the music, they just kind of rest on their laurels a bit, and I don't think we still really care a lot about our band and what we're doing musically and how to keep fans engaged and what we have going.
Yeah, not rely on nostalgia.
Luke Reynolds joined in 2010.
I've been in the band for 14 years now, but it's still, in my opinion, very much their band. Even though it's like changed and reinvented itself so many times over the years. So some of the work that I've done prior to the band helped prepare me to join this. You know, my uncle jokes that like I could make friends with a pile of sheetrock. It's kind of true. Like,
You guys are the sheetrock.
Apparently we're a pile of sheetrock.
Oh, thanks a lot, bro.
Yeah.
I bought a ticket, but the train didn't stop.
This latest album was framed out in the midst of what the band says felt like an apocalypse.
Miles and miles go by from this window seat.
The result, Ooh La La, showcasing Guster's relentless optimism in the face of change and fear.
Maybe we're alright. Ba, ba, ba.
We didn't want this to be a pandemic record because we don't want to constantly be reminded of the pandemic. I mean, but we also, like, the lyrics have always dealt with the existential, and, I'm 51 years old and I got 2 teenage kids and I have aging parents, and there's a lot happening in the world, and I'm trying to write these pop songs that have some depth and some ballast to the content.
Brought us here, if we let it now, all good things reappear.
Guster's latest tour, a chronological journey through their 30-plus year history, was called We Also Have Eras, a nod to that other big tour going on.
We were talking about what we could do for this tour. Brian loves Taylor Swift, and he said, well, why don't we do an Eras tour? And I was obsessed with this idea of doing a Guster cabaret. You know what a cabaret, like a proper cabaret is? I didn't know this either.
Maybe not.
Okay, it's like when I was 12, I first saw My Fair Lady, and then you sing a song for like My Fair Lady, and then you're like, at 15, I joined my first concert. I don't know why they're talking about
that accent?
I don't know, I just like
I like it though.
But I was like, oh, Guster needs to have like a cabaret. It tells the story of their life through song.
You know this guy? Yeah, I met him the first day of school, same day I met you.
And then Brian said the Eras thing, and it was like literally like 15 minutes later, we're like, we have to have skits, we have to have costumes, we have to have props.
Does this mean we're a band? We're a band!
Gotta write you a letter. Gotta write you a book.
Adam Gardner has also made activism a part of the Guster mission.
Along with his wife, he formed Reverb, which works with musicians including Billie Eilish, the Dave Matthews Band, and Maroon 5 to reduce the environmental impact of touring.
We've had this program where we give, reusable water bottles and free refill stations we set up at the concert so people don't have to pay $10 for a plastic water bottle. They can bring their own reusables in. We work with the venues to allow that, provide free water for people. We've eliminated over, I think it's 5 million single-use plastic water bottles now.
A simple, easy solution.
Exactly.
We were young, 21.
Simple is not a word that describes what it takes to keep it together for more than 30 years. Or maybe it is.
We don't say, okay, we want to sound like this, and we kind of go for it. A lot of times we have some idea about what we want to do, and then we go in a room, 4 of us, and we'll just make noise and react to it. Be like, hey, that's good, do that again. Or, hey, I wrote this thing, is this good? And everyone will say, no, it's bad. Do it again.
Do it better.
That's our process.
That's our process.
That's terrible. Do it again.
Terrible, do it again. Okay, I'm sorry.